So I just wanted to first ask if there's anything specific you use for ASMR.
YouTube, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's a huge, it's a gold mine, basically. There's so much to go on, but in terms of specifically what you listen to, what do you use?
Usually I'll watch YouTube videos where people are either tapping on different items or surfaces, or whispering videos as well. The length of the videos usually would be like an hour long, so it doesn't really matter who the video is of, but usually just tapping or whispering on stuff. Yeah.
Now, for context, ASMR, what's the abbreviation for? What does it stand for?
ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. I've been listening to ASMR for over 10 years, so when I first started listening to it, I would get the tingly, relaxing sensation, but now it just relaxes me. I don't get the tingles anymore.
And has the content of what you're listening to changed over time?
Yeah, definitely. When I first started watching it, I didn't even realise what ASMR was because I was like 10. I would watch like art videos. It was this girl, her name was Silent Citadel, and she had long nails, and she used to just like tap on things, and she wouldn't really talk that much, but she'd just be doing like arts and crafts, and the sounds were really relaxing. So that was my first encounter with ASMR. And then over the years it would be like makeup videos or random like keychain collections or anything that I found interesting. And then it used to be like someone whispering, but they'd say you could hear what they were saying, but now that distracts me too much, so I just watch like inaudible whispering videos as well. Yeah.
So would you say you use this does it have to be something that you don't want to focus on, or do you need it to focus on something? As in, do you need it to focus so you don't think about stuff or anything like that, or is it that you need to really zone out to it, like a white noise?
Usually it's better if I can't understand what they're saying, because if my brain is super active, I'll just listen to what they're talking about, and then I won't be able to sleep because I'll still be focusing on what they're talking about. So definitely it's easier for me to fall asleep if I can't understand what they're saying. Yeah.
In terms of frequency content, just for myself, a lot of those videos, do they have like it'd be mainly like kind of on the higher end, right? Mid to high frequency, do you think? Or does it really just no matter? Like, do you ever have like videos where it's really like kind of subby? Because for some of the other pieces of media I use, there's research saying that sub frequencies really help with relaxing. But I mean, it's not always going to be the case. Like with certain kinds of white noise, it's like higher frequencies, and it just depends how you mix them. In ASMR, is it mainly just like that? Is it very transient? Would you say?
It depends. Some ASMR videos would have like reverb on them. So if you look up like ASMR with reverb or like an echo or something like that, it depends on the video, depends on the creator and the equipment that they're using. For say tapping on stuff, it would be very like a crisp, clean sound, not necessarily high or low frequency. It's just the sound itself. I don't notice that a lot of ASMR people would put like a lot of post-production work into it. I think it just like there wouldn't be much white noise though in the background, so they would filter out any excess noise above or below the sound that they're recording. I don't really know much about the detail. I've never really paid attention to which kind of frequencies are in it. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then, considering anything really could be ASMR, what put you off? Like, is there anything about ASMR that you couldn't listen to?
Yeah, they're referred to as triggers. So things that, like, that's what they're called in ASMR. So you'll find videos of people saying like, 10 triggers to help you sleep or something like that, and they'll have 10 different sounds of tapping on 10 different things or stuff like that. Stuff that I don't really like would be like chewing, really like aggressive chewing. I don't like that, or super fast sounds like frantic ASMR. I don't like that. If there's like different levels in the video, so if someone's doing like a show and tell of different bags that they have and they hit it off the microphone by accident and they don't filter it out, a lot of them don't do that. So you'll be 30 minutes into a video and you're falling asleep, and then there's like a massive whack on the microphone. You're like, why the hell wouldn't you edit that out? So that is not relaxing in my opinion. Or if there's like a lot of background noise, or if the sound quality just isn't great either.
It matters. Yeah,
it does matter. Yeah, but I've been watching it for 10 years, so I know
Yeah, after a while,
kind of what
you become a connoisseur, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Yeah. My sleep is very irregular, so sometimes I find it really difficult to sleep for no reason. And there's nights where I listen to ASMR and I still can't sleep, but I'd say 80% of the time ASMR does help me. I used to just listen to music falling asleep, but I found I'd have to listen to the exact same song on repeat for hours to help me fall asleep because I couldn't just listen to a playlist that I didn't know, because then I'd be paying attention to that and I'd be paying too much attention to what the new music was. Whereas if I listen to the same song on repeat that I know what the song is, I don't feel like I'm missing out on any of the music, if that makes sense.
I
don't know why, but I find it easier if I am listening to music that it's the same one or two songs on repeat. And in terms of falling asleep to silence, sometimes it's really easy, and sometimes, most of the time, it's not. So I prefer to fall asleep with ASMR. Yeah.
Fair enough. Cool. I think that's everything. Yeah. Okay, so this is part 2 of ASMR. So how was it? Did you? Was it effective?
Yeah, I think it was effective. I listened to the ASMR 2 nights in a row. The first night it took me probably 20 minutes to fall asleep, and the second night maybe less. I thought it was very relaxing, and it was nice that I couldn't understand what the words were, so it wasn't distracting.
So another question would be, I've found a study that talked about how people who tend to use ASMR to go to bed tend to have general sensitivity to sounds in life and to music and things like that. Do you think you tend to have that?
Like feeling overstimulated by loud noises, is that?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would consider myself sensitive to loud noises. Like my dog barking sometimes can make me really overstimulated or uncomfortable, and it's like a pain nearly in my ears if it's out of nowhere and it's super loud. Like being at concerts too close to the speakers, anyone would feel pain in that scenario, but if it's overstimulating as well, it's just like another layer on top of that, so it can be very uncomfortable having sudden loud noises, definitely. Yeah, so listening to ASMR, because I know it's a constant relaxing sound, it helps a lot to combat that, I think.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. We actually had, while I was making this, I thought I had an issue where the sound of the preamp and the microphone would actually be too jarring, and that it didn't sound as good a quality. But it turns out through listening to other ASMR and from what you were saying, it actually helps. It's its own form of white noise, would you say? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think any kind of drone, white noise or hiss in the background of a video can definitely add to the ASMR rather than take away from it. Especially if your mind is very active, it can help drown out any distracting noises in the background. So if you have like a hissing constantly through the background, then some small taps that weren't supposed to be there, or any noises in the background like a car driving by, you might not notice it as much because it's almost kind of blanketed by the white noise. Yeah.
Another study seemed to mention that in general it helps with stress, and especially for people who have a lot of anxiety, it tends to kind of calm people down. Would you say that worked for you?
Yeah, 100%. And I think that goes for ASMR videos that you can understand what they're saying and you can't understand what they're saying. So unintelligible whispering kind of helps you think of nothing. So if you're really, really stressed, it can help distract you from that and take you out of that. And if you can understand what they're saying in the ASMR, it can also just make you think of something else completely different and random. So there's videos that I've watched of really random subjects, and because they're relaxing to listen to and they're talking about something completely unrelated to what you're stressing about, definitely helps with stress.
All right. Thank you very much.